will be happening. Back to you, Aseto, in studio.
Queuing free for that update and for those who continue to pour their messages of condolences and remembering the man Raila Odinga. Now, thousands of Kisumu residents Raila Odinga's support base turned out in numbers to come and pay last respects to a man they ardently supported throughout his political life. They filled Mamboleo Stadium from early morning to come and receive the body airlifted from Nairobi in the wee hours of morning. The lakeside city of Kisumu came to a standstill as it awaited the arrival of its son, who is one of Kenya's topmost leaders. Mamboleo Stadium, known for hosting some of the region's most significant political gatherings, became the epicenter of grief, remembrance and solidarity as mourners paid their last respect. Catherine Imuraget reports.
From early hours of the morning, crowds began making their way to Mamboleo Stadium in Kisumu, some on foot and others using boda-bodas, tuk-tuks and matatus. The march was more than just a journey. It was a symbolic expression of loyalty and love for a man many considered the face of their political identity. Crowds lined major roads waving twigs, a traditional sign of mourning and defiance. Despite the heavy overnight downpour, hundreds of mourners gathered at the airport from as early as 5 a.m., braving the cold in the hope of catching a glimpse of the coffin. Security operations around the venue had been intensified, with multiple checkpoints established at all entry and exit points. The security checks were manned by officers from the regular police, administration police service, General Service Unit and county enforcement teams. Within the stadium, a 1,500 capacity dome tent was erected at the center of the field. A designated platform for the casket, carpeted and decorated in national colors, was set under tight military guard. Large screens and public address systems were mounted at key locations to allow those unable to access the stadium to follow the proceedings. The atmosphere at the stadium was heavy with grief as thousands lined up for hours to pay their last respects to the man who fought for the country's democracy. Many supporters were crying uncontrollably and singing emotional tribute songs. The Kenya Air Force aircraft bearing the call sign Enigma 01 transported Raila's body from Nairobi's Lee Funeral Home to Kisumu International Airport. Raila's casket was received by military personnel at the center of the grounds. Raila Odinga's body arrival was marked by a solemn and historic march led by Kenya's military and security forces, capturing the gravity of the moment as thousands of mourners watched.
Tutaweza pia kuelekea kule.
Inside the packed arena, Kenya Defense Forces officers dressed in full ceremonial uniform moved the flag-draped casket to the viewing area. Mourners watched, some on their knees, others weeping uncontrollably as the military honor guard performed its solemn duties. Just as they had marched with Raila's body to the state funeral at the Nyayo Stadium in Nairobi on Friday, soldiers marched with it to Mamboleo Stadium in Kisumu County. Upon viewing the body, the visibly emotionally overwhelmed supporters fainted as they struggled to come to terms with the passing away of Raila. This moment represents more than the passing of a political icon. It is the farewell to a man whose voice defined Kenya's democratic struggles and whose influence will echo across generations. Catherine Imuraget, KTN.
Thank you, Imuraget, for that story.